The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified. English Series. Read by ดวงหฤทัยภูมิมา Chapter 15. Back from the Dead. But there was no joyfulness in the village that Saturday afternoon. The Harpers and Aunt Polly's family were overcome with grief. An unusual quiet pervaded the village. The villagers talked a little, but they sighed often. The Saturday holiday seemed a burden to the children. They were not interested in their sport and gradually gave them up. The afternoon Benki teacher found herself wandering about the desert schoolyard and feeling very happy, but she saw nothing that was to comfort her. Presently, she stopped and said to herself, "It was just here. Oh, if he were to do it again, I wouldn't say that he was very smart. I wouldn't say that for the world. But he's gone now, and I'll never see him anymore." This thought made her burst into tears, and she walked slowly away. Then a group of boys and girls, Tom's and Joe's playmates, came by and stood looking over the fence and talking in respectful tones of how Tom did so and so last time they saw him, and how Joe said this and that. When the Sunday school hour was finished the next morning, the church bell began to ring very slowly and solemnly instead of ringing in the usual way. The villagers began to gather, stay a moment in the entrance of the church to converse in the whispers about the sad event. None could remember when the little church had been so full before. There was finally a wedding porch, and then Aunt Polly entered with Sis and Mary, followed by the Harper families, all the deep black, the villagers, and the old minister as well rose respectfully and stood until the mourners were seated in front. The minister played, and a moving secret song was sung. As the service proceeded, the minister drew such pictures of the charming ways and the rare promise of the lost children that very soul day. Thinking that he recognized these pictures, felt sad in remembering that he had only seen faults in the poor boy. The ministers described some good deeds in the lives of the departed which show their sweet, generous natures. The villagers became more and more moved as the sad tale went on, till at last there was not a dry eye in the whole church. Among the unusuals upstairs there was a slight noise which nobody noticed. A moment later, the church door creaked. The minister raised his streaming eyes above his handcracker shelf and stood as if turned to stone, gazing in the direction of the door. All turned round, rose to their feet, and stared as if they could not believe their eyes, while the three dead boys came marching up the middle of the church, Tom leading Joe neck and Huck last. They had been hidden upstairs, listening to their own funeral service. Aunt Polly, Mary, and the Harper threw themselves upon their covered ones, covered them with kisses, and poured out thanksgivings, while poor Huck stood ashamed and uncomfortable in his legs, not knowing what to do or where to hide from so many unfriendly eyes. He started to creep away, but Tom seized him and said, "Aunt Polly, it isn't fair. Somebody must be glad to see Huck, and so they shall. I'm glad to see him, poor motherless boy." And the loving attentions which unpolished showered upon him made him more uncomfortable than he was before. Suddenly, the minister shouted at the top of his voice, "Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Sing, and put your heart into it." And they did. While the grand old song shook the roof, Tom Sawyer the pirate looked around upon the envying children about him and confessed in his heart that his was the proudest moment of his life.